Hello, friends. Welcome to Feed Me Vegan. I'm Chelsea.
I'm Ryan.
And this is Nathan. Nathan's
Hello.
awesome. He is with Punk Rock Labs. They're an amazing cheese-making company here in Minneapolis. And he's graced us with his presence today. We are with the Animal Rights Coalition, and they are a sponsor of Feed Me Vegan as part of our Vegan University program, where we show vegan cooking as affordable, easy,
Fun.
and delicious. Today we're pretty excited because, well, I'll let Nathan
I'm
tell
not
you.
excited.
Yeah.
Oh, she's never excited because it's vegetables, but go ahead, tell them what we're doing today.
Well, first off, thank you for having me. This is an honor to be here.
welcome.
The likes of Mistress Ginger has graced this area, so I feel very honored.
Yeah.
Very honored.
You should.
Yes, indeed. We'll be making sauerkraut and also a type of kimchi called kuktugi, and that will be a treat because we're going to have it on top of a
Tofurkey
beer
beer brat.
brat, a tofurkey beer brat, yes, and a little bit of Punk Rock Labs cheese on there too. A little bit about Punk Rock Labs cheese. It's made from cashews. And
Cashews.
It is, cashews.
I want to show them. Oh.
Yes. So we've got our original flavor. There are 4 flavors right now. And I've worked in every part of the process. It's a lot of fun to be part of that. Currently, this is just organic cashews, sea salt, purified water, and acidophilus. 4
Are you
simple
allowed
ingredients.
to give all the secret ingredients away?
Oh, it's right on the back.
Oh, okay.
What's acidophilus?
It is a culture that allows the fermentation process to happen.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
I care that it's delicious because this is amazing. Tell us about the other flavors. This is original.
Yes, we also have an herb, which is sage, rosemary, and thyme, which is in addition to the ingredients we have on that one. And those we get fresh and dehydrate. And the third one is the smoked sea salt with black peppercorn. And the fourth one we have is a nacho, which has a plethora of different things in it, but most notably it has 3 different peppers that we have grown here in Minnesota.
Nice.
You grow peppers here?
Yes, I know, right?
You can.
Okay. Like Sarajevo peppers.
Surprises all around. So we've got jalapeno, habanero. Sometimes we have a little ghost chili in there, like one in an entire batch.
Do you
That's
grow
yum.
those here?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
neat.
yeah. You don't have to get it from India. You can get it right here.
Don't you remember when I grew habaneros in my garden?
No.
And green peppers and stuff too?
No.
Oh.
I believe you.
And we also have one that's a little milder, a little sweeter, and that's the Red Lantern. And a little bit of onion and lemon juice and carrot paint, as we call it.
Oh.
Sunflower lecithin allows us to do that, and that adds a little sweetness as well as color.
Yum.
And you can find that locally here in Minnesota
Yes.
at the Whole Foods. The foods that are whole
The co-ops.
at the stores.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
My favorite is the smoked, personally.
Yep.
I love that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
let's
Smoked
make
is
stuff.
so good.
what are we doing?
May I get you things?
Yes, let us start
these?
with the ferments.
Okay.
So we've got
Tell us about your stuff.
What
so
are this?
This is something people have dubbed a picklet. It's an airlock. I made this one myself. You can also buy it online for about $15, but you can make it also for just, pennies.
You made
in a
this,
sense.
or you just
Well,
like
I
made
drilled the hole,
Oh,
I got the grommet, I put the airlock in there, and I even
So you're
made my
handy.
own water too.
fancy.
Is it just your spit?
It is. You wish. Well, this is actually
You
from
wish.
the Frederick Miller Spring. And so that's spring water. I always use spring water in everything I do.
What a hippie.
This, a total hippie. Not just crunchy granola, but
Straight
tofu, everything, you name it.
Full-on hippie.
Full on.
Do you make your own tofu too?
I have.
Nice.
Yes,
We should do that on the show.
we can.
I'm dying
Be
to.
happy to. And so this right here, we've got a whole kind of like strata. Think of it like the atmosphere in the earth. So we've got carrots, we've got daikon. You can see speckles of the red pepper flakes in there, garlic, as well as a little bit of sea salt.
All right, so we've got Bill Nye making
And then
whatever
we've-
that is.
And then we've got our sauerkraut here. This is just tried and true. This is based upon my grandmother's recipe with just cabbage and salt.
I'm giving you ingredients.
Yes, so we got the cabbage and the salt coming up here. Of course, sea salt as well as just standard green cabbage. And if
What
you
else
could
do you
grab
require?
me the large chef's knife.
Oh, the green
Thing
one
of
or
the
the
green
blue
one.
Show them
Yes.
what daikon looks like.
Yeah, so we've got all kinds of good things here. So this is our daikon. That's just a wonderful radish, nice and long, not very dissimilar from the standard round ones that you find in your garden typically. If I could also get a cutting board, that would be fantastic. Thank you. We've got 2 great cutting boards here today.
I'm very useful.
Yeah.
And so what I like to do is I peel off the top 2 layers of cabbage, and I use that to cover in my crock. So I usually will have a big crock, and I'll put in like 2 or 3 cabbages and layer that on top of it. It's kind of like a protective layer. But anyway, I digress. So we're just
We usually digress quite
yeah,
frequently.
that's good. So we're just going to do a nice, good shred on this. We can also use this guy as well. If you want to use what some people call a cheese grater, I call it a vegetable grater. You can use that as in another form. If you want to have a thinner, very flavorful way of doing your kimchi or your sauerkraut, this is one way.
You could use a food processor.
You could use a
probably,
food processor. You could also use one that has slightly bigger holes on here.
Like a box grater.
To cut it. Yep, standard box grater. But for the sake of what we're doing now, just gonna chop this up really fine.
Do you want to have one of us do the chopping of that, and then you can talk about the other one?
Yes. So I've just done this really thin chop here. I'm gonna hand this over to Chelsea, and I'm going to flip around and grab this one here.
Is any of those going into here?
This will all be going in there.
I'll put it in the pool.
So we've also got carrots along with the daikon radish here, and we're going to show you a different way of working with peeling a carrot and daikon. You can use a spoon.
Ooh.
That's a handy way.
So that you don't cut your finger like I did a couple weeks ago on set.
Yes, yes. I've cut my finger before too. It's not fun,
It's bloody.
but it does happen.
We should talk about maybe the benefits of fermented foods.
Yes, so fermented foods are full of wonderful bacteria, the probiotics that we find in our gut, and they are going to keep you healthy, help with digestion. Like I said, this is my grandmother's recipe for the sauerkraut. The daikon and the carrots, though, that is coming from working with a lot of different people that I've met around the world. I've lived in China, I've visited Korea and other places, so that's where I get my love of fermentation. Thank you, grandmother, and thank you, traveling.
Does this need to be more like smaller?
No, it's all right.
Oh, so what about this big piece?
You can take that out.
It actually, it doesn't really matter too much. As long as it's roughly uniform, it'll all ferment.
Oh, what about this big guy?
It's so pretty.
Look at that. That's
I
great.
love cabbage.
So, yeah, cabbage is so good.
So cheap and
full
versatile.
Full of wonderful sulfur. Works in all kinds of great ways in your body.
I like cabbage steaks. You just cut them in big rounds and then some olive oil and some whatever seasonings you want. I usually just use garlic, salt, and pepper and grill it or put it like pan fry. It's so good.
Oh, yeah.
Now what happens to this?
So now what we're going to do with that, let's grab the salt from back there.
You got it.
And you're going to...
Me, I do?
Yes, you may.
Okay.
So you're going to take up all your fingers and your thumb, just take up a bunch of it. You're going to take about roughly a tablespoon, and you're going to sprinkle that all around.
Can you see if I have roughly a
No, you don't. Here.
You need a little. That's all right. Just
You
add
need
some
almost
more.
like half of that.
You can double dip.
Okay. Then do
Yeah.
I like want to...
And then, yeah, you can punch it down. It's more fun than just
I like
doing-
that salt. Is that sea salt?
Oh, it is coarse sea salt.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
It's not just sea salt.
Oh.
It
There you
is
go.
coarse.
So you can either grab it and, handle it like that. You can also
Handle
punch
it.
it down
do
too.
I want more?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little more.
All right.
There you go. I like to punch it down myself, like when you're making bread. That's a good way to do it too.
You get out the aggression.
Yes. Or you put in the love. Either way.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine.
Yeah, right. So she's just releasing the water is what that's going to do. It's bruising the cell walls of all the cabbage, and then the salt's going to come in there, and through osmosis, all the water is going to start to come out. And so when that happens, what's going to happen is within 24 hours, there'll be enough water in there to cover that, which is pretty cool.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
And if there's not, there's a trick. Usually why that doesn't happen if you don't have enough water covering the product, it's because you have an old cabbage.
Oh.
So you need to get fresh cabbage, and that's what we have today. But of course, we don't have 24 hours, so we have it made in advance, as you already saw. But what we can do as a trick, we can take a cup of water along with a tablespoon of coarse sea salt, stir that together, and then pour it out, whatever amount we need to cover the top, and then we'll be good to go.
So are we putting water on this now?
We are not, no.
okay.
And so
We're
what
not?
we're gonna do now is we're gonna take that saucer below the bowl, and we'll set that right on there.
Oh, right here?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yep.
In the
And
bowl?
then- And then typically, yep, you put like a bowl in there that's nice and heavy, and then we're gonna put a cloth on top. That would be a way to protect it, keep out any bugs, keep out any problems you might have with dust if you like to sweep all day.
Like so.
So
This
I
is
love
wet, so you
sweeping.
probably want a dry
See?
one, but, right?
this is perfect. So this is how you do it.
Except this is a wet cloth. You want a dry cloth, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
You want a dry cloth.
Would
This
you
is for
typically
hand
want to
wiping.
use like a flour sack towel or something where air can still circulate but bugs can't get in? Okay.
Flour sacks, of course, no longer can you get them as easily. Thank you for the presentation, Ryan. Nowadays you can still get flour sacks. You just have to give them as something that you would dry a towel with, and you can get it at most any store these days. But so I've got our carrots. They're looking a little funny because most people don't use a spoon, as we mentioned before, but that's okay. And we're going to do a nice little dice here, so I'm just going to cut these.
Did you
in
match the
half.
knife to the carrot on purpose?
You know,
Just the knife size.
stranger things have happened.
It's so cute.
Yeah. So
Nothing but the best quality, guys. for
I'm
you.
just going to show one, and then I'm going to hand this off to
You got it.
Do we want another bowl
Chelsea.
type of thing to put that in?
We can take the bowl that we used as a weight.
Okay. Otherwise, we
And-
have another bowl.
Ooh, we can use another bowl
we
too.
have like 3 bowls.
We are rich.
We have
We
a
have-
fully stocked kitchen here, guys.
We're lousy
It's
with
nothing
bowls.
but gratitude. Seriously.
It's not what?
No, it's nothing but
Oh,
gratitude.
nothing.
It's all gratitudinous.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So,
This is my family's bowl. It's your grandma's
Oh.
recipe.
see?
I don't know where that bowl came from. I mean,
Did your mom give it to
my
you?
house? Well, I took it from her home.
I
Oh,
remember
there you
once
go.
Ryan came over and it was my birthday or something, and she brings me this giant box filled with junk she found in her mom's closet, and she's like, "Here, you like this?" And it was true. I liked it. It was cute stuff.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
Remember that?
She's gonna call
That's a
me and
good
be like,
story.
"What stuff? What stuff?"
Did she watch the show?
Yeah, she does. Hi, Mom.
The Divine Miss G. We love you.
So we got our carrots. I'm just going to do half of them. We're going to add in the daikon here. Same thing. We're going to take the spoon and we're going to work out all this wonderful skin off of here. It's a lot easier to do
Oh,
this.
look
Get
at
that
that.
in the spray. Do you want some
handy.
spray?
Yeah. Oh.
It's good on the arms. It's
Why
very,
would you ever use a peeler
It's
that you're just gonna cut yourself with?
This is so much easier to clean too. Everybody knows
Yeah.
how to clean a spoon. So
Probably some people.
I would hope. If not, you'll learn very soon.
Because
Okay,
you'll
so
get
you're just-
disease from using dirty spoons.
That's right.
Is that a thing?
I have no idea.
No.
So you're just peeling it, and then you're going to.
So we're going to peel
it
it, cut it up. So we're going to do a little bit of a coarser cut than we did with the carrots. I'm just going to cut that there, put that aside.
And this is like a radish, right?
And do you have that chef's knife once again?
You want a clean one?
Oh, we can use the same one.
Here you
Alright.
go. Voila.
I love chef's knives because they're balanced. You can hold it right there.
Ooh.
So
We're learning all sorts of stuff today on Feed Me Vegan. Science, travel.
Oh, we were talking
What
about
else can we talk
travel.
about?
That's right. Well, we can talk about the wonders of daikon. It's going to be, it's going to have a little more of a bite than a standard radish. And I know that it's fascinating for the geek out there, for the food geek, but for those who are not, it's just delicious, and that's fine too.
I don't know
To
about
Ryan,
that.
it's nothing. It's just a vegetable that she doesn't want to put in her mouth.
Well, anything that comes from the ground, you got to be suspect of.
Ooh, it smells so fresh and radishy.
See?
Does it really?
Yeah, give it a sniff.
Oh, it
Does
smells
it?
like ew.
You know, you
Oh,
guys, I
God.
promise the food that we make on the show is actually good.
It
She
smells
just-
like
And
it smells like dirt.
dirt. Yeah, it's a root vegetable.
It kind of looks like jicama too,
Yeah, it
which
does
is
look like
another thing.
jicama.
It
But
that
has
actually
a
tastes
similar feel, but you're gonna want that snap of that flavor to really get in there.
Should we give her a little bit to try?
I think we should. Here, we'll give her a paper sliver.
What are your thoughts?
Did she get it down? I can see the
Don't
grim.
plug
on-
your
Oh my
nose.
gosh. Is it spicy? Is it spicy?
It does have a little bit of a spice.
Huh.
Yeah.
So I had a friend in high
That's a no
school,
for me.
and she really liked to eat radish sandwiches. So they were like white bread with butter and slivered radishes and salt, and that's it.
Do you know how my grandmother likes to have a sandwich? Open face. She does radish slices with a little bit of salt on bread. That's it.
No butter.
Yeah.
You could do butter, of course, but
That's
I like
so
to do it
weird.
straight. Yeah, it's kind of like, even though like she is 100% German, both her parents were German, you know, fourth or third generation on her part. Yeah, that's more of like almost a traditional English thing, like English, you know, like tea time, you know, have your,
Cucumber toast or cucumber bread sandwiches.
exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. What are we doing with these?
So
Just hold your
Well, I'm
horse.
just trying to be mindful
Hold
of
your-
time.
if someone could grab me some peeled garlic, trick question. I'm gonna have
You don't have any peeled garlic.
Chelsea peel some garlic for me.
Can it be
Uh-huh.
smashed?
I can smash it, yes.
How much do you want?
I love to smash it because it releases the flavors.
Yeah, and it's easier to peel.
Yes,
do you guys
a
see
lot
that
easier.
trick? Take your garlic, and what's really fun. Can I borrow your knife for a second, Nathan?
Do you just want your?
I want to
may.
show them a thing.
Let me cut that last one. There we go.
Okay, so this is really fun, you guys. Do this with your garlic, okay? See how this has all the peel on it? A nice fat clove like that?
Mm-hmm.
Take this knife. Ha! Look at that. And then it's easier to chop, and the peel comes right off. See? Isn't that nice? And it's fun.
Yes. And you can just take out the center if you want. Sometimes people do just because it is a little more bite than the rest of it. And you can put that to the side. Or
How
you
much-
can leave it in.
How
I like
much
to
do you
leave it in.
want?
So let's do 4
Ooh,
of
smells like
those.
garlic.
4 total would be awesome. And if, Ryan, you could hand me the bowl around the other side.
Oh, we
Round
forgot to
back side.
mention what the weather's like today in Minneapolis.
Oh, the weather
a
today
lovely
is
day
lovely.
today.
It's gorgeous. It's like sleeping with the windows open.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was sunny out, right? It's awesome, you guys.
I heard the clouds yesterday described as marshmallowy, and then I saw them later, and I was like, it is marshmallowy clouds today.
You know, it's the only reason why people live here is days like today, and then those.
Is that only because you like marshmallows, though?
I like marshmallows. Yeah.
My children are obsessed with marshmallows. Vegan ones, guys, because gelatin's disgusting.
Mm-hmm. But like you were saying, you know, the weather, that was just perfect yesterday. And today it looks like it's going to be just as good.
How small of a dice?
So
Real small?
We're going to do, yeah, pretty small.
Okay.
I missed a step. We're going to come back, rewind. If you could please grab me a colander with that bowl. It should be right up in
Yes.
here.
Tis.
And so daikon is full of water, so you want to get rid of some of that water. And so the carrots are in here. It's okay. It's not a big deal. We're just going to dump it all in there. And then we got that ready. And if you could please hand me the salt.
I
So
feel
we're
like
gonna
I should
salt the
say
daikon.
that Nathan is not misogynistic. It's just that he has a wired mic, so that's why he's directing us.
It feels very awkward because I like to move around. This is very challenging.
And I tried to unhook him at the beginning.
So he's actually pretty cool. So he's not really bossing us around. I mean, he is, but there's a reason.
Consensually.
So we've got
Consensually.
this all set up here.
How do you feel?
Is this a thing here?
Very good.
Very good.
Perfect. Wonderful. We will need that in a little bit, yes.
Fine. I'm trying to do a thing.
So we've got our daikon all in this colander here, and
You gonna give it a little press or anything?
we're not going to press it. We just have to let it sit.
Okay.
Let osmosis do its work. We don't want the water in this because we want it to be really crunchy and really crisp. So we're going to dump that out, and then we're going to rinse it with a little bit of water from our purified water that we have back here. Oh wait, this is not purified water. I'm so used to working with purified water. It's okay.
Will you be
I'll
all
let
right?
it go. I'll
Not
let it
you,
go.
but will the stuff be all right?
Breathe. Yes. It'll be fine.
Should we do some sun salutations? Calm
That-
ourselves a
that
little
could-
bit?
Yes, center a little bit.
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea, but it'll work out. So we just let this sit for a few minutes, and we can start getting our
Brats
tofurkey going.
Yeah, let's do it.
So I've already got it opened up. We're just going to throw them right in the pan and get
got it.
them
Oh.
just nice and warm, and we're going to add those.
Should I toast our buns?
We should toast our buns. Let's get our buns
I love
toasted.
toasted buns.
There's 3 of us, there are 3 buns, it's perfect. So we've got a little bit of some type of oil.
Canola spray.
Yay, canola spray. So we're gonna use that, and then we wanna have too much oil in the pan, but you can also just use olive oil and throw that in there too. Another way is just to add some water and you can boil it.
Is this on?
Woo!
We'll
It is
find
on.
out.
It's just.
Yeah.
There we go. Buns are toasting.
You succeeding?
Admirably.
So for the sake of time, let's pretend like this has been sitting for like, 20, 30 minutes. And we're going to run some water over it. Could you please grab me the water from me?
I'd
This
love
show
to.
should be called Feed Me Make Believe.
Can I pour it?
So you can pour it, but don't pour more than a cup.
Okay.
Because then we'll use the rest of that water to add to our sea salt. Perfect.
Maybe. Good, sir.
Now we're just going to let that strain on out. And then we can get that bowl back again, please.
What bowl?
Oh,
Oh,
I don't know.
the pretty bowl.
The grandmother's bowl.
Mother's.
Mother's.
Possibly grandmother's.
Probably.
So that's pretty well strained out. I would let it sit for longer in doing a typical strain. If you even want to get rid of a little more of that liquid, because that's a different liquid than what we're going to put in here, because we're doing a brine instead of allowing the water to come out, like I said before, because then it'll be nice and crunchy.
And don't worry, guys, the recipes will be posted on our YouTube link. When you watch the video, underneath that, in the description, there'll be all the recipes
I
and
was literally going to say that.
product information, etc.
So if you're
May
confused about
please
stuff.
hand over the water, and if you would like to put in,
In here?
yeah, that's a tablespoon.
That's
So
a brine.
We're just gonna stir that up. Okay, I got a spoon, I'm just gonna clean it with my finger. It's gonna be the same thing. It's going in the same place. So
Your
we just-
finger's going in there?
Well, not
Not
today.
vegan.
That was yesterday, remember?
Well, what if he gives us his finger freely?
That's like,
It's consent.
but that's like if you eat eggs that, like if you have chickens as companion animals and they lay eggs, can you eat them?
No,
Well,
Are
you can
they-
eat whatever you want.
Right, but then
You might
I
choose
don't,
not
but I'm
to.
vegan. I have chickens, and we feed the eggs back to them. We boil them, shell and all, crunch it up, and they eat it. They love it. They love their egg salad.
Because it helps
especially
them,
with
it helps to
kale.
recuperate their.
Calcium,
Yeah.
protein, fat, and we had kale. They love kale.
this isn't going to work for this.
It will, just let it go.
So we've got
Okay,
our
with that.
sea salt all dissolved. I'm just gonna add it in if you
Oh,
like
yeah.
to do the honors.
Woo! Look at that. So pretty.
So you can do this a couple different ways. You can put a plate on it just like we did with the sauerkraut. You can also put it into a jar like we had the ball jar, canning jar, and put a picklet on it. And let me open this up. There are, watch all the bubbles on this come up. Hold on,
Watch, watch, watch.
it's magic. You can even hear it if you come over here. So I've got a tiny little weight to keep up all of that wonderful brine on top of the product. Might be hard to hear the,
With the sizzling?
yeah,
Let me move this
there's
out of your
the
way.
sizzling and
don't wanna get my
other
hair in there.
things going on.
That's really cool.
But yeah,
So when you eat it, do you drain it? Or do you eat the juice?
we can do a bunch of different things with it. First, if we can have the,
Oh, yeah.
the garlic thrown in there. But so what, you can take the juice, you can put that into a soup, like on the tail end, and you'll still have all the probiotics. You can take the wonderful gaktogi and put it onto a bun with a
Oh, buns.
tofurkey
And cheese.
brat, tofurkey beer brat.
Where's our cheese?
And we do have cheese. It's hidden behind the
Oh.
our vessel. What is that? I
Bowl?
guess it's a knife holder.
Oh,
Our buns are
That's
ready.
So this is the Punk Rock Labs cheese that we were talking about earlier, and we're just going to open that up. And I've already cut that open, so we've got this wonderful little block of cashew cheese.
Shall I put some cheese on our buns?
Yes.
That's what I got
Oh, that's better because this plate is
Plates.
a little small.
sorry.
It was more for looks.
Is this doing a
Cute.
thing?
Oh, what's this for, Nathan?
That we are going to add in as well
In
to
here?
make the, yep.
What is it?
That is a special type
Ooh.
of pepper that comes from Korea. There's a specific type of pepper that is used, and it has great flavor to it. You can also
Stir?
use any other, of course, please stir. You can use any type of pepper, of course. It's going to have a different flavor, and if you like things a little less spicy, you could go with a paprika or something like that
It smells
too.
so fresh. It's such a great way to get a ton of flavor with, you know, not a lot of, you know, icky stuff that you might not want to eat. Like, I would slather this with mayonnaise, but here we're going to have vegetables and lots of flavor there.
Well, we're going to have plenty of good
that's true.
fats.
That'll be perfection.
Yeah, and then the time, the run time depends on your humidity and the temperature in your domicile.
And vocabulary.
That was a funny word, isn't it?
Oh, this is going to be so good, you guys.
House. I would say house normally. So it may take
coming.
3 to 7 days, depends on temperature and humidity. You might also find that you like to add a little more salt in the summer so that it does not, so that you keep out all the unfriendly bacteria. But because of the cloth and other things and keeping that weight on there, that will keep most of that water above the product. If you end up finding out at 24 hours that your brine that comes out naturally from the cabbage is not there, then we're just going to add in that the same amount of water with the same amount of salt, which was a cup of water, a tablespoon of salt, and that's what we would add to top the sauerkraut to make sure it's all underwater. It's a good thing to be underwater in this instance.
Is this done?
That looks great.
Yeah, they're good.
Oh, really?
I can't wait for our crew to try this punk rock cheese. It's so good. Yeah, put some brats on
I
there.
don't. You do that. I don't want to do that.
And could you grab me a fork or two, please?
I can.
Yes, thank you.
Brat down.
They're
Oh my
hot.
gosh, this is gonna be so
They're good. They're delicious.
I love how it's always like extreme cooking challenge. Will you turn that oven off, dear?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, look at that, guys. This is great for a barbecue or something, like for your whatever.
Yes,
Should we put,
barbecue,
let's put
all kinds of
sauerkraut on a
goodness.
couple of them and kimchi on a couple of them.
Let's do it.
Do we need to tell the folks watching anything else about, did we cover all our bases?
I think we did.
We got a lot of it down. There's, of course, a million things you could talk about when it comes to different types of fermented products. Although we've got 3 great ones here, and I think that's a good place to be. I like to try to have at least 1 fermented product every day. Actually, it ends up being around 3 usually between sauerkraut or kimchi.
Good for you.
Punk Rock Labs, cashew cheese.
Oh yeah,
You
I
must
suppose that
digest
counts.
things really well.
I do.
Yeah, Nathan, how do you digest? Is everything all right?
I have 2 bowel movements a day.
Oh my God.
Isn't that awesome?
Okay,
That's
so
amazing.
let's try it, and then let's try it. I want to try this one.
Yes.
Are you gonna try one?
Should we
I
cut it up?
don't-
No? Do
yeah,
it.
well, yeah, we can cut. Gotta make sure
And?
there's enough to go
Oh
around.
my God.
I had to
I bet it's spectacular
preemptively
with
do
the
this
cheese.
last night to make sure that it was good and delicious.
And it was.
And so I came here today. I was going to back out, but I decided not to.
Well, thanks for being here today, Nathan. We
You're
super
welcome.
appreciate it.
Thank
I
you
hope
so
you'll
much
join
for
us
having
again.
me. I will. I would love to talk about something else. Maybe we can do
Kimchi.
kefir.
Or
Kombucha.
kombucha. That's the word.
Kombucha, kefir. I had kefir last night. Oh, with juice. So good.
That'd be awesome. Let's do it. Stay tuned. In a couple weeks, we're going to have the Herbivorous Butcher on. It's going to be great. And we have some other exciting guests coming up. So tune in next time, guys. Thanks for watching.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.